Hello and welcome back to SQA Higher Maths. Applying differential calculus, we are finding the area between two curves, or the area between a line and a curve. So one last question. A trough is 2 meters long. A cross section of the trough is shown below. So what we have here, we have a trough. So this might be a cattle trough, a kind of trough that animals, so sheep, cows, hover around. Well, not hover, but gather around to drink the water from. Or a little bit like the gutter, a gutter that you'd find on the side of a roof. Okay, just if we're trying to picture what we're actually finding the volume of. So it's a 3D thing. We're just looking at one end of it here. We've not got a 3D image of it. So the cross section is part of the parabola with the equation y equals x squared minus 4x plus 5. Find the volume of the trough. So we have the line y equals 2. We have the line y equals x squared minus 4x plus 5. So if we find out when x squared minus 4x plus 5 is at a height of 2 by substituting y equals 2 into the left-hand side here, we will find the 2 points of intersection. Again, what we're really doing there, we're saying, right, when is this curve at a height of 2? So quite often we need to find out the x-intercepts, and we say y is 0. That's because the y-coordinate is 0 on the x-axis. Here we're finding out when the y-coordinate's 2 on this curve. So we're just going to substitute ny equals 2. So x squared minus 4x plus 5 equals 2. Subtract 2 from both sides and then factorize and solve to get x equals 1 and x equals 3, which looks very reasonable in the context of the question here. Here's the origin, here's 0, 0. So x equals 1, x equals 3 just looks right. So it's always nice when we look at the diagram, think, right, that's correct. We know that's correct already. Right, calculate the area. So what do we have here? We have a line on the top in this region here. The line is on top. What's the equation of the line? Y equals 2. What's the equation of the parabola? Or what's the equation of the curve? X squared minus 4x plus 5. So remember, guys, it's always a top curve minus the bottom curve. Now, what sometimes happens is you solve here and you end up with x squared minus 4x plus 3. And you just think, okay, that is what I need to use in this next section. Now, sometimes that is true. Sometimes it works out like that. Sometimes it doesn't. So you need to think about what you've done. Okay, don't just think, oh, I'm going to integrate this in the next part. Because as we can see from the working, we actually get the negative of this. So it's always the top curve, or in this case, the line minus the bottom curve. So 2 minus all of x squared minus 4x plus 5. So remember, we're subtracting all three of these terms. So we're going to end up with negative x squared plus 4x minus 3 between 1 and 3. And from here, we should just be on cruise control. So integrate, substitute in 3, substitute in 1, evaluate, and the area is 4/3 square units. Now, have we answered the question yet? Well, we haven't actually, have we? The question said, find the volume of the trough. This area is 4/3 square units. And the trough is 2 meters long. So the volume would be the cross-sectional area multiplied by the length, so 4/3 multiplied by 2, which should be 8/3 meters cubed.